What is going on, New York Giant fans? Welcome back to another video here on the Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or video drops. Appreciate it coming back. Apologies for the glare in the background. I'm going to try to cover it up. But, well, I was getting out of work this morning around 8, and it was announced that the New York Giants made a splash signing. They signed Dolphin safety Jevon Holland, and they also signed Chauncey Golston last night from the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I'm not going to talk about that too much. We probably will have a stream tonight, so we'll talk about it there. Good depth signing, plays all over the D-line, has a good pass rush upside. But to me, this Jevon Holland thing, I like the deal. Very much so. It was out of left field for the Giants. I didn't expect him to spend too big a safety. I thought, okay, maybe Andre Cisco, Eric Murray, or bringing back Jason Pinnock. And I was confused last night because Cisco went over to the Jets, and Eric Murray went over to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I'm like, well, where does this leave us with the safety position? So, before we get into all the statistics, all this good stuff with Jevon Holland, it was revealed that the New York Giants were looking to pursue Cameron Bynum. Bynum went to the Indianapolis Colts on a big deal, and that left them with Jevon Holland. And Holland, as expected, was going to get a big market in terms of many teams involved, and high in terms of AAV salary. He right now has a contract with the New York Giants, or signed a contract with the New York Giants, that's about 3 years, $45 million, which is about $15 million per year. I know some people are going to sit here and say, well, you could have signed McKinney for $17 million, and he's a better safety, this, and that. And listen, look, I agree to an extent. I think you could have done that. I think also at the time, and I've always been a big proponent of this, that you could have traded McKinney for a second-round pick, but that's neither here nor there. I think the Giants got a massive upgrade at the safety position because I think Jevon Holland is underrated personally. Do I think he's like a top 2 safety in the league? No. But I think the Dolphins' defense really hasn't been that great in the last few years, that they just haven't been recognized. I mean, they were decent with Fangio. I think, what was it? The first year Jevon Holland had was actually under Brian Flores' defense. And I think that was the last year of Brian Flores, too, because it was 2021. And I think he got an interception off of Mike Lennon. So, a little fun fact there. But Jevon Holland is only 25 years old, which is, it's great because he's entering his prime. He provides a lot more stability. He provides a lot more versatility in the secondary than Jason Pinnock does. And I think Jevon Holland also has the leader mentality because the Giants need leadership in that secondary. Paulson Adebo obviously was signed as a vet, and now you have Jevon Holland. So before we get into the stats, again, I know I'm delaying it. I like the way the Giants are conducting their free agency thus far. My only 2 gripes, probably re-signing Darius Slayton and signing guys like Chris Board and James Hudson to about $6 million because those are depth guys. But I guess there's a Joe Shane tax when it comes to the way the Giants have been run the last 3 years, and really on a bigger scale the last 12. But let's get into some stats about Jevon Holland. So we mentioned he's been in the league 4 years, 2021 second-round pick out of Oregon, 5 interceptions in his career. He did not have one last year, but he had 2 I think it was 2 his rookie year, and then 2 his second year, and then 1 his third year. 15 starts last year on the defense for Miami. 54.2 completion percentage allowed, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 89 passer rating. 321 yards, 4 pass deflections, and a forced fumble. As far as the alignments go, this is what I'm talking about when I say that he is more versatile than Jason Pinnock. Pinnock really didn't do too much center field last year. He was more of a box guy. That's what Shane Bowen wanted him to do, and he was also in there for the run defense, again, what Shane Bowen wanted, and also the blitz opportunities, which Jevon Holland brings. Jevon Holland can blitz the quarterback. Jevon Holland can play center field. Jevon Holland can play the slot. Jevon Holland can play the box. Last year, he aligned as the deep safety 51% of the snaps, 32% of the snaps in the box, and 17% of the snaps in the slot. Now, he moved to 2023, just a year back. 1 interception, 74 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 71.1 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 99.3 passer rating, 287 yards. Similar alignment. He aligned it in the deep position 51% of the time, 31% in the box, and 18% in the nickel, a.k.a. the slot. Again, I really like this signing for the Giants. I think this is probably, I'm going to say best value, and I'll say that over a Debo. And we really needed a Debo. We really needed a second corner. But I feel like you knew that Jevon Holland was going to get a big market. He is 25 years old. He's not coming off of any injuries that are severe or anything like that. And he has really good potential. Hopefully Shane Bowen knows how to use him. And that's why I would rate him slightly, very, very, very slightly over Paulson Adebo. But I think what the Giants are establishing here, and I'll finish off with this, is that they are not too far off on offense. They need a quarterback as a vet, and they need a quarterback as a draft pick, and a right guard. Other than that, I mean, as much as I bitched about the Slayton signing last night, he is a quality wide receiver too. You got Wandale, you got Theo Johnson coming back. Hopefully, maybe Daniel Bellinger's more involved. That's a pipe dream at this point. Malik Neighbors, right? You have a stable, at least average offensive line. Again, you need to secure that right guard position, but it just shows that on offense, and I happen to agree with this, they're not far off. I think the quarterback position makes a lot of the difference. Defensively, they needed depth, they need defensive line help, and they needed secondary help. And it's interesting because obviously not the entire problem, but most of the problem last year was the offense. Defensively, they're just tuning up some things, right? You need that second corner spot. They did that. They went out and they signed Jevon Holland, who plays more positions in terms of versatility, slot, box, and deep, more than Pinnock. And they've signed defensive line depth with Roy Robertson-Harris, as well as Chauncey Golston, who personally I like better than Robertson-Harris because Golston has had some solid production with the Cowboys, and he is a good pass rusher with a lot of alignment versatility. So I think Joe Shane, outside of my 2 gripes, has done a decent job in free agency. I would say a good job, actually. And they're not spending like drunken sailors. They're not. They're not saying, oh, yeah, we're going to sign this guy, this guy, this guy. No, they're filling holes in free agency. It needs to go into the draft, and they need to build there. Still some fix-ups. But anyway, that's all I got. We'll see what happens throughout the rest of the day. Hopefully the Giants sign a quarterback today. Would love that. Appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops, video drops. Appreciate you all coming back. Peace out, guys. See you later, and stay cool.